Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to yet another video here on the Barrett channel.
Today we are in Chongqing, which is the mega city of China. It's got a population of over you're gonna walk into people.
Welcome back to the Barrett channel and welcome back to yet another video.
Today we are in Chongqing, walking along the riverside. As you can see, an insane view behind us, and we've been here for a few days. And this area, as you may know, this area was really badly flooded not too long ago. Area, but all where we are stood right now was underwater couple of weeks ago.
That's crazy, and you can see how they fixed it, man. It's so easy. These guys just attacked the problem and it's back to normal, I guess, yeah?
Yeah, it is. And today we are going to be talking about something that I've actually covered on my channel before, a long time ago. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about something that I actually covered this on our channel about 6 or 8 months ago. The kind of lessons I've learned since I've been in China for a year. But having this conversation with someone else is actually quite different. But what I will do is I'll link that video up at the top of the screen here. So if you want to check that out first, you can do so. So I've been in China for about 18 months now, and it's actually, Shenzhen is actually the first city I've ever lived in.
Right.
I came from a very rural kind of in England, not much going on, not much opportunity around.
Yeah.
And so Dad, said, "Oh, come and move over here for a while," and I did that. And ever since then, I've literally a changed man, I guess.
Of course. China changed you in a lot of ways. Well, I'm here for 6 years now. I've been in a couple of cities here in China. The funny thing is, when I came to China, I went into a small city first.
Okay.
So it's completely the opposite of what you had. And I come from a big city back home. Mm-hmm. So it was a complete change. But yeah, from there I moved to bigger cities and basically found my own feet, my own ways of surviving, I guess.
Yeah.
Ollie, there's a lot of things people don't really understand. Although China is so easy, beautiful, and amazing country to live in, you still need to shape yourself as a personality and as a human to make it in the cities and this country.
And that's funny you say that, because that brings me on to a point of, I always see that there's kind of two different types of foreigners that come to live here. That's generalizing a lot, but two main types that I see.
From
and
what you can pick up.
Yeah, that one of them is how I would see both of us, where you're very open to a new culture. There are going to be some things that are tough to deal with. There are going to be some things that are very different. And you just have to kind of embrace it and roll with the punches. And just have an open mind to anything that happens. And then you've got the other people who they don't embrace it, and they kind of seek for things to be exactly the same as they are in their own country, and find it really difficult to adapt. And they're the ones who tend to end up leaving quite quickly and becoming quite resentful about China.
They've got expectations, basically, right?
Yeah, and you definitely see this, because we'll occasionally bump into people who, even though they've been here for a year, 2 years, they are still extremely negative about this place. And that's one thing I can't understand, because before coming here, my vision of what China was like was so wrong.
Yeah, Ollie, I kind of get what you are saying. When I moved to China, I had this picture in my head about this country. I was fed this stereotypical scenery and feeling about China. And I can tell you this much: when I landed here and I got off that airport, my mind was instantly blown.
Yeah, me too.
I was shocked. I guess I was shocked because it was seriously not what I have expected. And as I got deeper into the cities, deeper into the culture, it just shaped me, I think, and that's a point I want to raise, it just shaped me into a more understanding person. Get to understand people first before you start make judgments.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's one lesson I learned here in China. That's how China changed me, because I was kind of a guy that judged easy.
Right.
Back in the day, but yeah, China helped me to overcome that, and it's a hard lesson to learn, I guess, when you basically think bad and talk bad about something or someone, and you are instantly proven wrong.
Right. I had the same thing, just in a slightly different way, I guess. Like, Dad had already been coming here for 10 years, and we all used to laugh and joke about him always talking about China when he came back to the UK.
Right.
And then that was quite a unique thing. Like, I don't know any of my friends back home who have had like somebody telling them about this country.
Right.
So you would think I'd be quite knowledgeable about it compared to other people. But still, I landed here and I was like, every single day I was coming across things that were like really surprising. Just little things, like seeing someone react to a situation, like, oh, that was kind of different to what I'm used to, or just seeing the way little cultural things are done, and going to the parks at 8 a.m. and seeing everyone out doing dancing, and just every day I was being mind blown with things. And one that really sticks out in my mind is, this is slightly getting a little bit off topic here, but I was walking around at like 2 a.m. the first week I was here, and I saw like a 16-year-old girl walking around on her phone. I was just stopped, like in awe, like holy moly, I've never seen that before in my life.
I totally agree on that one.
All of these things are starting to wrap up in my head, and I'm thinking, damn, I really made judgment about this place, and I'd never been here. Absolutely. And that taught me that now I can never do that. Like if I start talking about any country that I've not been to, let's say North Korea or something, we all think we know a little bit what that's like, but I don't even like to talk about it now. I'm sure it's very different to what I imagine it to be.
Mate, you are so right. You know, that line that says don't judge a book by its covers, it never had meaning for me until China basically taught me that. But you were speaking about that young girl, 16 years old, walking alone on her phone. You must know I'm coming from a country called South Africa, where crime is a seeing that in China was blowing my mind as well. And let me tell you something, China changed me into not feeling fear for my life anymore. And that is one thing I had in South Africa constantly. So yeah, man, I guess I trust society more. I actually see there's hope for humanity by walking the streets of China and seeing these people respecting each other, how peaceful they are, and basically they are not out to get you,
right? Like
in my country, man. So that's definitely one thing China taught me is to trust the society that you are in.
Just to spin this in a slightly different direction, I want to talk about, like, for me, I'd only ever lived in my little village, you know, since I was 20 until I was 21 years old, and everyone around me has kind of got this very similar experiences. Not many people of my age had gone to live in different countries and shared their experiences with me, and it was kind of seen as a pretty courageous thing in my groups to do what I was doing. And I've really learned that was like, that's going to be a building block for the rest of my life. Like, I'm way more likely to be a risk taker now and take an extra leap of faith, like, you know, moving to different countries. And it's just really taught me that taking a risk is necessary. Because I'm not somebody who wants to be comfortable. I don't really like to know what's 6 months down the line. I like the fact that it's uncertain.
Mate, you're talking the truth here. I mean, think about it. I believe people that go travel, in nowadays society, it is basically a kind of university you go to.
Sure, yeah.
It's basically a university skill you learn, but you learn it on site.
Right, yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
It's you don't have a handbook that you can go through and say, hey, you need to become stronger, you need to take risks, you need to understand the dangers you're putting yourself essentially into, or whatever can happen to you. This is the hardest university you're going to go through, mate, on-site learning. And you are so right, dude. I agree on that one. I mean, when I first moved out of my country, I was so scared. I moved to Thailand and I couldn't speak any of the language over there. They couldn't understand me, but I just did it. And it's so right. I just want to add on to your point. You are right. Taking risks in today's society we live in is is the new thing of shaping a personality, mate.
Yeah, and this is actually something that I have been a bit timid to tell people over the years, and a bit embarrassed actually, the fact that I chose not to go to university, because that was just not the path I wanted to take. I've always seen myself taking not the traditional route.
Right.
And
being different is real, man.
yeah, and you know, coming here, I'm just doing things not in the ordinary route, I guess. And until I've started to build this YouTube channel for, you know, what it is today, I've kind of felt embarrassed to admit that.
Right.
But I think it's okay to have not taken the normal route.
It is okay.
And you know, as cliche as it is, travel is like a serious, you know, education.
That is something you add to your CV, essentially. Being able to travel and have traveled around the world, let me tell you that. And so, by the way, I don't want to go against universities, but just to spice it up, what you just said. I mean, some of the biggest money makers in life today never went to university. It's the guys that take risks, it's the guys that seize opportunity, it's the go-getters, essentially. And I see that is what we are, you know, moving to a country like China.
Yeah, it's an unorthodox route.
Absolutely.
And just as I know we are getting on with time now, there's one last point I want to touch on.
Yeah.
Is the you know, the point we always come back to on this channel about the media.
Okay.
And the fact that, oh man, I was so manipulated when I was back in England. Anything that I saw about China, it's absolute truth in my mind. Until I've come here and seen that, oh my God, 99% of it is just biased, twisted lies. And now I really don't like media. I don't like you know, these big corporations. I don't even, you got to take everything with a pinch of salt.
Absolutely.
And still now, when I talk to my friends back home, it's there's a bit of a disconnect in the sense that I feel like they kind of think I'm saying China's great and all this because I live here, instead of me actually saying it as the truth. And I think a lot of people think that until they've visited.
That's a very fair point. I would suggest if people really want to put weight behind beliefs of China, they'll have to take that risk, that one small step, you know, of just putting yourself into China for at least a month. Come check it out and you will see what it's all about.
Man, I would love to bring someone out here. I would just love to bring one of my friends out here and see them have the same experiences as me when I first arrived.
Yeah.
But anyway, we will start to wrap this video up as it is getting on. Thank you so much for coming on the channel, Jerry.
Thank you.
We're also going to do a chat show on Jerry's channel as well. So make sure you head over there and check out his live streams and that video very shortly. We'll link it down below. Any last words?
Well, I just want to say Chongqing is a beautiful place. It was awesome hanging out with the Barretts and you guys, the audience on this channel. Go ahead, click that like button, be brave, push that share button.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you soon,
Yeah, all the social links are down below as well, and we will be signing out from Chongqing today. Until next time,
Take care.
Take care.